Ladies and gents, this has been on everybody's mind since the days of Gran Turismo 5, and a lot of noise is being made about it. What, you may ask? The engine and exhaust sounds of the cars from Gran Turismo 6. Now, for those of you that have been in the dark, GT Planet had an interview of Kazunori Yamauchi, I don't know if I said that right, but still, who's the CEO of Polyphony Digital, about GT6, and one of the first things that was brought up in that interview was that Polyphony Digital was doing some research at the time to generate sounds in a whole new way. That is dope, like you don't even understand. Now, they weren't sure if it was going to make it into GT6 in time, but they're going to see if it will. Now, just before I continue, I want to establish something here, that in this video, it's about what to expect for the sounds, and that you guys should leave the GT and Forza fanboyism at the door. So without further ado, let's get to work here. Now, while I do agree that the vehicle sounds in Gran Turismo need some work, some were actually done quite well, but they're not close to perfect. Some examples of great sounds include the Lamborghini Gallardo, Lexus LFA, and Red Bull X 2010 Junior. I assume what most people are expecting improvements in is just the engine and exhaust sounds alone. The thing is though, what people need to consider that it's not just about the engine and exhaust alone. You need to think about the other factors that surround the vehicle's environment. Because let's be honest, here in the driving simulator, vehicle sounds play at least 60% of the immersion factor. They entice you to go faster, they let you know when you've reached your limit, and you enjoy your virtual drive. The other 40% being that the immersion factor is your driving physics and your visuals. So besides the basic engine and exhaust sounds, what else should be considered? Well, here's a quick list of what I think should be considered and just some explanations as well. Being number 1, wind noise. Such a thing gets your blood pumping unless you know that you're hitting over 200 km an hour. It makes you alert and it just shows speed. It's a factor of realism. Wind is there and it's just epic. That's just what it is. Number 2, the drivetrain. Now, when you jump into your car and start slamming through gears, is your gearbox silent? No! You hear clunks and thumps and the occasional grind when you misshift your gears, like certain VTech people. But yeah, anyways, the gearboxes in Gran Turismo are pin drop silent. That's not something you really want for immersion, don't you? Number 3, the engine components. What are the 2 things you remember when you drive a turbo car? The turbo spooling, with an external wastegate maybe, and the blower valve going off. I mean, listen to this for example. Now, I know Gran Turismo already has that, but these kinds of sounds need variety and they need to be more pronounced. The same goes for VVTi or VTech. This department definitely needs more personality. If that is perfected there, then this will really bring out the sounds. Number 4, the exhaust. What are the first 2 things you want to hear? Well, not 2 things, let's just say the first things you want to hear when you install an exhaust on your car. You want to hear burbles, pops, bangs, backfires, and even a little bit of drone from the exhaust. I mean, Gran Turismo has backfires, but the sounds seem too docile. I mean, some wildness to them is needed. I mean, hell, even DSG farts would be fun. And number 5, last but not least, sound projection. Who doesn't love roaring their car through tunnels? Really, who doesn't? Going through the city and hearing that glorious exhaust and engine sound bouncing off buildings is just music to the ears. Even if you're just in the forest, you just want to hear that sound just echo. I mean, how the sounds adapt to their environment can play a big role in the immersion factor. I mean, one thing Gran Turismo did do well is the Doppler effect, but this new thing of sound projection can actually make or break this new sound engine. Like I said with the other factors, it's the immersion of that. I mean, so yeah, there's 5 things that should be considered when expecting what's to be expected when you're thinking about the GT6 sound engine coming soon, hopefully, if they stop slacking on the updates. I really do hope that Polyphony Digital gets this right. But then again, these guys are miracle workers, so I think we shouldn't worry too much. Anyways guys, it's Tayeedzsa here. I hope you liked watching this. Some more GT6 and other content coming soon. Alas, I've been a bit busy with university and other stuff, but I'll be chucking out things pretty soon. So, you know, like, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz, and I guess I'll see you guys around.